Hello everyone. Today I am going to build a lead list and I'm going to explain to you guys what a lead list is, why you should build one, and how it's going to help your business. This is a beginner video. It's not meant for experts who are building lists already. But if you are curious about it, if you are thinking of how to get more leads, how to get more clients, or how to do some recruiting, whatever it is, then this will help you. So, the first thing I want to point out, which I know is very obvious, but I just wanted to draw these really funny diagrams, is that you have an offer, right? Let's say whatever the offer is, and you are trying to find people who are willing to exchange money for that offer. That is what keeps you in business. That is what pays the bills. And that is our objective. The big problem is that we don't know where to find these people typically. We have ideas of where we can find them usually, but they're not just knocking on our door, lighting up, unless you're Apple. But most of us are not Apple. But if Steve Cook is what is it, Steve Cook? God, I've forgotten the Apple CEO's name now. I hope he's not watching. Probably not. What a lead list is a list of potential prospects that maybe are interested. We don't know if they're interested. They might be. We might ask them, hey, do you want this offer? And then they might say no. This one might say yes. Right? We don't know. And the point of the whole of the lead list is to collect a bunch of contacts that we can then either cold email or cold DM or send letters to, whatever the medium is, that will enable us to be able to ask them whether or not they would be interested in our offer. So that's the purpose. That's what a lead list is. And now let's get into why you should build one. The main one is that it's very cheap compared to paid ads. Paid ads can be very expensive and you may or may not get success from it. When you build a lead list, it's a lot cheaper. It's much cheaper. If you do cold outreach, it doesn't cost you anything. Once you've already got the list set up and you've got email set up, then you're not paying anything more. The only thing you'd be paying more for is if you add more domains or more email accounts. Then you'd pay for that, but you're paying like $6 a month or something for an email account. So it's not going to break your bank. And then you can just send more emails because sending emails is free, which is the main medium that we're using to contact these leads. So very cheap. It's super proactive, right? You're not waiting around hoping that your previous customer tells someone, or you're not hoping and praying, right? You're going out there, you're collecting these contacts, and then you're sending the emails or the DMs or whatever it is. You're being proactive. You're trying to book appointments. You're taking the most direct, proactive path to actually getting appointments set up and making sales. Competition can't see what you're doing. If you run paid ads on Facebook, for example, then other companies, they can see, because of Facebook's transparency regulations, they can go to your page and then see what ads you're running, and then they can look at those ads and they can just copy them immediately. So obviously that it's not a bad thing if people copy you, because it means what you're doing is working, which is great. Though with cold email, people can't actually see the success of your campaign. They can't see how it's going. The only way they would know is if you sent your competition an email, which you can do. I don't know. It depends on your industry. But even then, they wouldn't know how successful it is. So competition can't see. Easy to scale. Once you've got a campaign set up, then the only thing you really need to scale is you either need to collect more leads, or you need to buy more domains and then set up more email accounts. And if you do that, then you can scale to as many emails you want per day. So if something's working, then the best way to just get more appointments is to just scale it up. So cool. So from that, if we want to build a lead list, the best thing to do is to start with a hypothesis, where a hypothesis is just a general theory or idea of who we might target based on what we do. So I put an example template here that I created, and then I've got two separate examples of that being filled out. So the template, I believe that position in industry of company size located in region will be a good fit for my offer. Okay, you can justify that in whatever way you want. We don't know if it's true or not. This is just a hypothesis that we can test out. So in the prospecting example here, we've said, I believe that operation managers in the logistics industry of medium-sized companies located in USA will be a good fit for my supply chain management software. I know it's a bit of a lengthy, wordy sentence to talk about, but that's a good hypothesis, right? So that's something that we can test out, and it's something that we can filter for. So what we would do is we would take our hypothesis, and then the easiest way to build the list is to use a database, something like Apollo.io. And we take the hypothesis and then we convert it into filters that we can use. And those filters basically going to filter this huge database that Apollo has of different people working in different companies. And we will filter them by the job title, the location, the number of employees to get the company size, as well as industry and keywords. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use that top example, and then we are going to build our list out. So if I move into Apollo here, what we can do is go to search. And then the first thing we can do is we can say job titles. So we want to talk to operations managers. So we'll just type that and it'll auto-correct for us. Then after we've got that, what we want to do is we want to go to the location, and the top one is United States. I think you can write USA as well in here. I think it'll just come up with the same query filter in Apollo. And from that, we want medium-sized companies. So we've got that. So that's the three of the four that we wanted to filter through. And then what we'll do is do industry and keywords, which we'll do logistics. And we've got logistics and supply chain. So that's how we get the lead list. Now, the thing to do in order to export it is we would select. The problem with Apollo is that they only allow you to export 1,000 at a time. So you have to, if you have a list that's bigger than that, like we do now, we have 2.5K, then you need to export them 1,000 at a time. But for now, just as an example, what we're going to do is we are going to just export the first 25. From there, once we've got that, we can just click export here, export records to CSV, and we can hit save here. And yeah, and then we've got this thing that says completed, right? Now, nothing actually downloaded, which is a bit strange. I don't know why Apollo does it this way, but I'm going to move my big fat head over here. And if we go to settings, and then we go to system activity, data requests, and we go email requests, you can actually see the request that we had here. And if you want to download it, then we have to click export to CSV again. And then we go export records, and then we can click download. And once we click download, then we've got that as a CSV. And yeah, there you have it. So once you've got that, you've downloaded the CSV, and you can start to play around with it. I hope that you learned something, and if you have any questions, then please feel free to email me, which I'll also put my email in the description. And I hope you have a lovely day.